Morning, folks. Welcome to the Woods Miller channel. So we're back down here in well, the new home of the Sawmill setup. So last few videos I've been working on getting this thing in here, getting the posts in before the ground freezes, and it is starting to freeze up pretty good. So it's still just kind of the top layer, but you still could dig if you had to. But anyway, I'm glad to have those in. I don't need to do any more digging. It's just working on the top snare now. So now, unfortunately, all the saw logs I have down, and I have a bunch down, but they're all 8-foot lengths, so which is pretty much useless to me for this, because I pretty much need a minimum size of about 12s for this, and then I need 14s to run across the tops and the back just for a bit of overhang. So I'm gonna have to drop a few trees today if I'm gonna get anything like that done up. So it is what it is. Unfortunately, I'd like to be able to use up what I already have down, but like I was saying, I don't have anything long enough. So I don't think anything really crazy. Probably gonna use like a 4x6 to run across. Those is probably going to be beefy enough. So we're thinking, yeah, probably like, a 14-foot 4x6 across there. Same thing across the back. And then the sides, yeah, maybe a couple for the sides, like 12-foot 4x6s, something like that, to sort of give it that solid structurally foundation. Then the rest can just be 2x4 or 2x6, whatever kind of stuff. For the other stuff, I can just use kind of what I've got probably around. That's my workhorse. I love that machine. Logging around here would be a tough go without that thing. I'd say that. Well, we got our first poplar log teed up here. I get it on here and I'm like, damn it. It looks like it's got some rot. It looks pretty rotten there. You can see where it came in. And that's not looking good to me. Fuck. I just noticed it after I got up here too, and I don't know. The tree still looked pretty good to me. I look at other parts of it, it looks fine. The base is fine. The top of the tree, I mean, these things do it a lot. They die out at the top of the tree, like pretty much every single one of them does that. So, but it's just the very tip, right? And then the rest, you still got lots of vibrant branches on it. So anyway, I don't know if I'm going to be able to use this one, because that's going to be that's a supporting beam that I'm doing right here. I want that one there, and it's going to need to span this whole thing, obviously, because I can't put a support up here. So it needs to span that, hold the roof joists, and then obviously like snow load for the winter, right? Like if there's any snow load on there. So it needs to be a sound piece of wood. So anyway, like I said, I already have it up here. I'll put a cut into it, and I don't like the look of that though. So Like I'm still in the sapwood of this. And I can already start seeing the rot. And it goes all the way down through into down in here. Like it's pretty much spanning almost this whole piece here. And like I said, we're not even to the heartwood. So I'm not liking the look of that. As a single beam that's going to be across there, I can't have any rot in that. So this is not going to work. This is useless. So I can throw it off to the side, maybe use it for some boards that don't really mean anything. Maybe some little siding pieces of boards kind of thing. But structurally, that's not going to be good enough. So just taking a stroll around for trees. I mean, obviously, we got a lot of trees on this property here. Lumber-wise, here, I want to show you one of these here. So here's a balsam fir. We got lots of these on the property. They're super straight as an arrow. Straight as a freaking arrow. And their branches are like quite small. There's a lot of them. Like there's a ton of them, but they're really small. So like it doesn't screw with the grain. It's quite a really straight grain. That's why these trees are so straight too, I think, eh? These branches are just they're so skinny. So they don't really knot into the tree. But here's this, what I'm talking about. I think I've talked about it in other videos. The bark on these is just littered with sap. So you got all these bubbles all over it. Like it makes you like, you don't even want to put your chainsaw on these trees unless you're like, you know, back chaining kind of thing to push the chips away, because your saw and everything just gets so gummed up. Like what? Let me show you this. See that? It's like all these bubbles here. That is why I think like people don't really harvest them here. Like even the loggers, like in the mills, they don't really, they might take a little bit of this stuff, but like I'm pretty sure, and I've heard that like they don't deal with it, and it's because of this, how much sap is in there in the bark, right? If you can get that bark off, it's literally just in the surface, right, of this bark. Once you get that off, like the wood underneath is like, it's not sticky, you know, it's nice and straight, it's easy to work with, but it's just that initial sticky defense of the tree is probably helps it out in for survival, is maybe why it has all that crap on it. But anyway, when it gets colder out, and there's, you know, later, like into winter and that, if you're going to work with those trees, that's the time to do it. That's the best time to do it. The sap tends to, you know, harden up, lessen, and obviously freeze, harden up kind of thing, right? So that's when you want to be working with it. But when you're not at that frozen stage of year and that, like those trees are just, oh my God, they're so messy. So, which is, it's frustrating because we have they grow real easy. They grow like weeds, really. They spread, they take over areas, but again, it's a nice light wood and straight grain, easy to work with. So it is a good construction lumber. Hoping we could drag that out in one shot, but she was spinning. She was spinning out there, so yeah, I'll have to section her down there. Okay, so we got our first chunk taken out. We got a 14-foot section teed up here. this roof just cannot get on here quick enough. I was saying, like, this will be life-changing. This will be life-changing. Like, literally, just that small of a thing. Like, to have a roof on this. So I don't have to put the tarp on every day. Like, oh, fuck. It's gonna be nice. And it just can't happen quick enough. So that's... Okay, so we got our cant. It's about a 6x6. It's a little over 6 1/4 by 6 1/4, 6.5, whatever. It doesn't matter. Because we're just using it for the beam. So there's her there. It just needs to span here. So the size doesn't really matter. I can make any size work there really. So it doesn't need to be exact. So, and I was like, why, I don't need to trim any more off. I may as well, I can use the girth there. Because we got a pretty long span there. So yeah, if we can get this beam up here today, I'd be pretty happy with that. So I just got to go up. I'm going to set a line, try to get it as level looking as I can. And then I got to make my notch shelves in there for the beam to sit on. And I'll get the thing on the machine there. It's going to be a little tricky because I got the mill sitting here. I'm not moving that out of the way. So I'm going to have to like come in on an angle here and have the beam on an angle on the forks as well. So yeah, it's going to be a little tricky to do, but it should be doable, I hope. Hey, some cheapy dollar store line here. Probably going to be in a total tangled up rat nest, but so let's see. Let's just wing it here, shall we? Let's just wing it here. Oh man, look at this stuff. I knew it. Just a total rat nest. Not a surprise, right? Some dollar store, cheap little dollar store rope here. Just a total rat nest, cheap junk, right? You could spend all day trying to untangle this crap. Like literally. I can't use too much video because, well, when you record on your phone, and I do my videos on my phone too, I only got so much space because like we don't have a laptop. We have a desktop and we're off grid and we don't have, so the computer only works when we're running the generator. So I don't like just running the generator just to use the computer. It's like, it's kind of expensive way to use a computer. So I do all my videos just on this phone here. So I'm limited with space and storage and what I can do. So I basically just film a video, put it on YouTube, and then I delete it off my phone. So I don't save anything. I don't have the space to save it. So eventually when we get a new laptop, one day, I don't know when, but it would be nice to use a computer, and because then you can be filming multiple stuff, right? And then just have it sitting on there and then do videos as you have the time to work on them, right? So, I won't film the other side because I got to save battery. So, see, there's that little weasel there, eh? Yeah. See that cute little fella? Oh man, they're quick. Oh, here he comes again. He's hunting around for mice. They love going into those piles of brush and logs, and because they're full of mice. So Cute little bugger, but like I said, vicious, deadly little bugger too. Where is he? He's up way up in here now. I can see him. It's hard to see on the camera, but. Okay, so we had our string line across here. So ran her across, just marked her off with a pencil here. So that's where we're gonna notch in our shelf for our beam to sit on. And I'm gonna take it in, I give it a good shelf. So it's gotta finish up marking the other side here. And we'll get up, we'll warm up the saw and go notch our shelves on there, and so you can get this beam up on. It's looking pretty good. It's pretty good. I gotta get that over, but it's gonna be more than stable for sure. So anyway, I gotta try to slide that over. Yeah, we can turn around with that quick. Well, I got the machine here. Well, we're running out of light here, folks, but we got our beam up, so I couldn't ask for more for today. It's a slow go, doing this stuff on your own, whatever. Obviously, I got the machine, right? Like, I love that machine. It owes me nothing. You really can't do any, well, you can. Anyway, that thing is a workhorse. So it motivates me and it allows me to work on stuff that if I didn't have that machine, you know, yeah, you can find out other ways, but it just takes even that much more time. Even doing this stuff with the machine and other tools and the sawmill, it still takes a freaking long time. It's a lot of work. Anyone that does it knows. So it doesn't even, like, yeah, you know, machines can save time and all that, but it's all very time consuming stuff. So anyway, okay, so our beam is up. We got exactly a foot overhang on each side. So that worked out real nice. We got 6x6 beam up there. So you know, it's plenty sturdy enough here. So, and we look like we're sitting, you know, pretty nice and even and square there, you know, for what it is. I don't need it perfect. So tomorrow I just got to come up and nip off the tops of these. But like, she's sitting good. And I look this level here, we're bang on level. So not bad for just pretty much kind of eyeballing stuff and using string and whatever and just do it. But a lot of the building I do is, yeah, I level stuff and measure and that, but I do a lot of stuff just by eyeball too. It's just kind of how I build. So anyway, we'll see. Hopefully we can get the next beam on maybe tomorrow. That would be nice. And then we can just kind of tie in the sides and then start strapping our roof on and pray to the roofing gods somehow that we can find some cheap old tin or something to get a roof on this winter. That would be amazing. You know what? That would be Christmas present. Just to be able to get a roof onto this for this winter would be, yeah, like a pretty damn awesome Christmas present. So anyway, folks, if you checked the vid, hope you enjoyed, and till next time.